taken. Surrounded by dark clouds, so I don't get to stargaze. Seems like it takes me forever to get up and walk away. I have a hard time saying goodbye. Bye. Oh, I have a hard time when it comes to letting go. The memories bring tears to my eyes, make me want.
Welcome back to the Moonchild Podcast. I'm your host, Elijah KB, and today we're going to be talking about reprogramming your subconscious mind. So first of all, why would we even want to reprogram our subconscious mind? The reason why you would want to reprogram your subconscious mind is because it runs 96% of your life. The reason why this is important, though, is because it's actually manifesting your current reality right now. It's on repeat over and over and over and over and over again. You know, thoughts become things and, you know, different emotions tied to it and things like that. Well, since that's a constant in your reality for the most part, this is what you're manifesting. So pretty much what I'm saying is you change your subconscious mind, you change your reality. That is key. Changing your subconscious mind, you change your reality. All right. So the first way we're going to get into reprogramming your subconscious mind is simply shadow work. I actually have a whole episode about shadow work. So if you're unfamiliar with shadow work, feel free to go and check out the episode entitled Shadow Work. But yeah. So you definitely want to incorporate shadow work to go ahead and get rid of the old beliefs, the old thoughts, the old program. You want to invest enough time with yourself, that part of yourself, to understand, you know, and actually sit with those old feelings and emotions and thoughts in order to gain an understanding over, you know, why that program took place in the first place, in order for you to be able to properly release it. That part of you gets to, you know, come up to the front of your mind, and you pretty much get to have a one-on-one with it, the dialogue with it, in order for that part of you to get closure and start to heal, right? The second way that we're going to talk about is after the shadow work, what you want to do is create your new program. So this is when you're getting into your new way of thinking. Who do you want to be? Right? Who do you actually want to be in your evolution? Like, what is that part of you? What does that version of you feel on a day-to-day? You know? How do they think? How do they walk? How do they talk? You understand? What type of activities do they do? You know, like what type of, you know, people do they hang around? Where do they go to eat? You can find different creative ways to implement those type of things into your now life, into your now position, because the present moment is really all we got. You know, present moment is literally everything, if you think about it, because the past, when the past was here, it was the present moment. And the future's not here yet, but tomorrow's coming, right? But when it gets here, you don't call it tomorrow, you call it today. It's now. Again, it's now. You know what I mean? Present moment is really all that there is. So it's very important to be grounded in the present moment, with the feelings and thoughts and, you know, that type of thing. You know, you want to be grounded with that here right now, because this is when the universe actually responds to that. It responds to where you're at now. You know what I mean? It doesn't respond, because if the universe is very literal. If you're trying to manifest from a point of view of like, oh, it's in the distance, like one day, universe just keeps saying yes to everything you say. So it's going to say yes one day. It's going to always kind of dangle it in front of you because that's what you manifested. We get what we are. You know, we get exactly what we are. Whatever we're vibrational matched to is what we're going to get. We're not going to get anything more or anything less. We're going to get exactly what we're vibrational matched to. So this is why I tell you to embody the future you, embody who you would be in those moments. You know what I mean? Embody it, be it. Not even fake it, be it. Allow yourself to be it. And while you're working on doing that, if there are blocks still coming up for you, obviously this is something that you would have to do shadow work on. But this is a beautiful thing because now you know where to do shadow work at. If you have something that's directly opposing you, your new way of thinking inside your old program, that'll be something to do shadow work over. You know, so yeah. What is the third way? So the third way, I got 3 ways, by the way, for today. I didn't say that. I just said reprogramming the subconscious mind, but I'm giving you 3 ways, right? So the third way is, repetition is key, right? Repetition is key. This means stick to it. Even when it's challenging, even when, you know, you want to laze off and kind of go back and slip back into your old ways of, you know, being, thinking and doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely want to stick to the repetition of what you got to commit. You understand? Because now at this point, you're like, you chose your program, and you created your new program. But in order to properly implement it, you would have to, excuse me, you would have to repeat this over and over and over and over again, because this is how your old program got, this is how you became programmed with your old program, right? It's repetition. Day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, to the point where now your subconscious mind drives your car for you. You haven't driven your car in forever, right? Your subconscious mind drives it. You don't have to think about it. It's autopilot. You know what I'm saying? Your subconscious mind runs off, you know, that's just how it does. It's autopilot. So it drives your car, it rides a bike, it, you know, cooks certain things for you. It walks. You know what I mean? Different things like that. That's a no-brainer to you now. You don't stop to think about it. You just do it. Your subconscious mind has done that for you now. So it's a beautiful tool to use, a beautiful part of yourself to use. But you would have to take the how impressionable it is, take that into your own hands. You know what I'm saying? Utilize that for the betterment of you, for the betterment of your evolution, right? So repetition is hella key. Trust me. You definitely want to maintain that pattern, create that habit, that new habit to replace the old habits. And before you know it, your whole life starts to change, because now your program has been replaced. Your old program has been replaced by your new one. So you have no choice but to get a different outcome, because this is just how the universe works. It's not about, you know, what we think and what we feel about law. The law is just law. Keep that new information and those new ideas on repeat. If this is a podcast that helps you out, this is a podcast episode that you're finding in the beginning stages of your evolution, the beginning stages of you implementing your new program, your new way of thinking, and you're trying to remember these things, you can keep this episode on repeat. You understand? I remember when I was first reprogramming myself, what I did was I got the book. I didn't get the book. I played the book on YouTube. It's a book entitled "As a Man Thinketh" by James Allen, and when I first got into it, you know, I listened to it. And then finding out, you know, I think it was even within the book. I can't remember where I got that piece of information at first. No, I got it from Bob Proctor. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Bob Proctor, but he put me on to understanding how to reprogram your subconscious mind. And he mentioned repetition, and it made sense once I sat with it myself, and I looked back at everything that I was doing and how I would do things, and when it became commonplace for me to do these things, at what point was it like, oh, I think this is my personality? A lot of times we don't realize, but our personality on a lot of levels is very malleable, right? Things that we think is ourselves, and this is just how we are and who we are. A lot of times it just came from habit of doing. You understand? And it gets you the results it gets you. But if you're in a place where you don't like the results you've gotten, obviously, you need to reprogram, right? So when I got the book, the As a Man Thinketh book, and I played it. What I did was I played it every day. Every day. The place I was working at, it was a warehouse. We weren't supposed to have headphones, and looking back at it, I get it, because it was kind of dangerous, you know what I'm saying, with the Barrett machines that we would drive and shit inside of the warehouse. Like, all right, you might not want to have your headphones in, but I didn't give a fuck, right? So I put the headphones in every day, or put at least a headphone in. I'll put my hoodie on, because we worked in the freezer, you know what I'm saying? So it was cold every day, even in the summer. It was in the summer, you know what I'm saying? But I put my headphone in, put my hoodie on, and I would run my orders and shit. But every single day, As a Man Thinketh was playing in my headphones every day. I'm talking about I didn't want to hear that shit no more, and I still made myself push through it. I still made myself play that shit, because I understood the importance. I understood what I was doing. I understood how this was going to change my life forever. So I went ahead and I did that shit. I did it regardless of how I felt about it. It was like, fuck that, nigga. Like, play this shit. This was like 2015, some shit like that, right? So I'm playing the shit over and over and over again, until those type of things became the way I thought. Because I, looking at the book, I knew, listening to the book and kind of observing the information, I knew this was the way I wanted to think now. This is the type of information that I wanted, and this is the type of results I want to get. You understand? So, because instinctively, the book resonated. So because of that, I knew that was like the perfect book to keep on repeat, in order for that to be my introduction. Later on, I got into different books, like As a Man Think. Well, not that one. That one, Outwitting the Devil, by Napoleon Hill. I love his work. Power versus Force. That's my shit, by David Hawkins. Letting Go, by David Hawkins. What else? Your Invisible Power. I cannot remember the author's name, but that's an amazing book too. Feeling is the Secret. It's another amazing book. But yeah, these are things that you want to keep on repeat. It doesn't matter if you heard it before, right? Some people don't like hearing the same shit all the time. I advise you to either push through it, like, regardless of how you feel. Like, fuck your feelings. It's not about your feelings. It's about, you evolving. Fuck that. Like, you'll push through it, or find new, different ways to implement the same message. For those interested in spiritual advice, I now have a page where you can sign up for a one-on-one hour session with myself. The link will be in the description. And for any questions and topics for the podcast, feel free to email them to me.